Hi, welcome back to Fruitful Minutes. We're continuing our series on popular diet trends. Dr. Callie's been filling us in on what some of them are, how they could benefit you, and some supplements to support. So this week, Callie, we're talking about maybe the biggest one, which is Keto. Fill us in.
So it's been really popular. I mean, in the last 2 years alone, I think there's been this huge push. It's very popular. People are doing it, and I feel like people do not know what they're doing.
I know at this point, it's just like, give me the cheese, give me the bacon, give me the avocado. So like, there's got to be more to it than that.
So the whole purpose of a keto diet is to get your body into ketosis, where your body is using fat as fuel for the burning system instead of sugar and carbohydrates.
Which would be how it normally is right now.
Right. That's our default fuel system, right? Like you get in a little bit of carbs, your body very easily goes into burning those as energy and fuel. So you're kind of switching your body into a fasting state where you're using more fat and stored fat as fuel.
Okay.
So a lot of people I think are doing things wrong, and they are going out and just the bacon and the cheese and the everything, because you're cutting out carbs, right? You're cutting out sugar sources.
Right.
You're even cutting out fruit to some extent if you're being very strict, and everybody's kind of degree of strictness is very individual. So some people have to be super strict to get into ketosis. Some people can have a little bit more wiggle room.
Okay.
Everybody's individual. So that's just how it works.
Okay.
But most people are forgetting a huge key thing that you're supposed to be doing on a really good keto diet, because there's a good way to do it. And you're supposed to eat a ton of dark leafy green vegetables.
And why is that?
To get your nutrients, right?
Oh,
those. You're supposed to be eating spinach and kale, and they're low carb. They still have a little bit of carbs, but we need a lot of vegetable content, because when you go into ketosis, your body starts flushing mineral content out of your body fast.
Okay, so you're losing it because you're not getting it in if you're just eating cheese.
Yep.
And also your body is going to be flushing it out in the process of ketosis.
Yes.
Okay.
Right? So if you're not getting it and you're flushing out super fast, people feel keto flu, run down, headachy, fatigue.
I've heard of that.
Muscle cramps.
Okay.
Right? Because you're flushing a lot of electrolytes.
Yikes.
So a lot of things that people are missing out on, you have to stay super hydrated when you go into ketosis, because you're flushing things.
Right.
But you need to get in good quality sources of fat, and you don't have to do the steak with the cheese, you can do avocados, you can do coconut oil, you can up your fish oil.
Okay.
But people are missing out on the dark leafy green aspect of what they should be doing with a good keto diet that's balanced.
Right. Okay. So, and I guess maybe it's an obvious answer, but a reason that someone would want to try keto is because, I mean, is it solely just weight loss in a different way? Is it because carbs cause issues for me? So what are some reasons?
So you could do either of those. I think it's very popular for weight loss. I think one of the important things is that our body can handle going into more of a fasting and ketosis state. It's not meant to stay there for really long periods of time. So the best way to do keto is to actually do it for a month or two and cycle back out and do more paleo, where you're eating whole foods, you're incorporating back in some some more fruit, some sweet potatoes, some good whole food based carb things.
Okay.
And then go back into ketosis so that your body is flipping the switch. We're made to flip back and forth. We're not made to live in ketosis all the time.
Okay.
Just like we're not made to live in sugar eating all the time.
Sure. Okay. So it's kind of like your body's quickest response to sugar would be to break that down first, but ketosis is using fat as the source, but you don't want that to be long term. It's good to consider shaking it up, reintroducing healthy carbs.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Especially because I think a lot of people also are not doing the healthiest diet when they are doing keto. Because
Right.
there's a lot of ways to do things.
Absolutely.
But most people are missing out on the mineral content. So things like trace minerals, the electrolytes, very, very important.
Good
Staying
supplements.
hydrated, very, very important.
Okay.
There's ways around, because a lot of people are doing keto and they're not used to vegetables, right? So there's greens powders, which are extremely low carb. They still also have fiber, which you can be missing out on fiber when you switch to keto,
grains,
which then causes a problem. So again, those seeds like hemp seed, flax seed, chia seed are typically allowed, good fiber sources to keep things moving, because any major dietary shift, you can have issues digestively, either not moving bowels, things slow down. So I think in keto, when people go such a major shift that happens.
So it sounds like this is kind of looking at the body holistically, similar to Mediterranean, where it's not just the food. We have to factor in other things such as minerals, water, things like that. Okay. So some supplements to consider would be the greens powder, which is awesome because it's condensed nutrients, more convenient, and then trace minerals because of the flushing.
Right. We need to get the extra electrolytes, and especially because the mineral content we've kind of farmed out of our food as much.
Already, yeah.
So we need that extra oomph if we're doing
Yes.
something like ketosis to be healthy and safe while we're doing it.
Yes. And if you're taking our basic 5, which we've talked about, that's in there, right?
It is.
Okay, cool. Well, thanks for sharing those tips. I know the keto world is just exploding. So if you have any experience or tips or maybe questions that we didn't cover, you can leave them in the comments below. We look forward to seeing you on the next Fruitful Minutes.